So the reason I've got my sun in here is because this is a very important new moon eclipse. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is a really important new moon eclipse. To be honest with you, you know, it's Boxing Day. I don't know where you are, but where I am, it's Boxing Day. And I could have quite happily stayed in my pajamas all day. I could have. I forced myself to have a bath. And I'm just saging myself a bit here. Forced myself to have a bath. I even put on a tiny bit of makeup. Not enough, obviously. And my hair is still wet from the bath. But it's a very important full moon eclipse. I'm going to sage you now, okay?
Sage your phone.
You are being saged. Louis, do you want to come and get saged, darling?
Yeah, right. Quite comfortable in this bed.
We're in our spare room. It's the new meditation room. You're fine.
Yeah, no.
Just going to sage my son for a bit.
That's good.
Darling, I'm not going to burn you. I can't reach you if you pull away.
Okay, let me save myself.
For goodness sake, he wants to sage himself. All right. Okay, now, how do I see comments? That's what I never can work out.
I don't use Facebook, so...
Hang on.
Facebook
I think if I press that...
Instagram's the future.
No. All I can see is that my husband is watching. Hello, husband.
Salut, ça va?
I'll sage you. There's you. That's saging you, Olivier.
I know.
How do I see comments? Yeah, no, but you'd think so, but no. Hang on. No.
Oh, is only one person watching?
No, there's 56 people and I can only see my husband. I don't know why.
Alright, click on this. Oops.
No.
No, it seems there's only one person.
No, but you can only see if it... Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. I feel I'm letting you all down. Okay.
Poor network.
Let's try and get...
Oh, it's because the connection's...
No, it's not that. Let's try and get into the zone, okay? Enough of this carry on.
Alright.
Alright.
We'll cut this all out.
Alright, go.
This is when it starts.
Go, and this is when it starts now. Okay.
No, you have to restage.
Alright.
Stage. 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Actually, in addition to her son, I'm now going to be her technician because she seems to need me all the time.
Okay, Louis. Shh. Alright. So I'm basically just going to fill the room with sage. And if you didn't know, sage, you can buy it like this. And I mean, I know 99% of you will know this. It's cleansing, okay? Now, this is a very important moment, all right? Because we've just had the new moon, okay? Well, it was this morning, UK time. All right. And I have my list of what we're going to do today, which I actually put on the Facebook Live, on the Facebook event page. So I'll just let you know what we're going to do. We're going to do chanting. We're going to open with some chanting. We're going to talk about the new moon and eclipses in general. And then we're going to talk about the new moon eclipse in Capricorn. We're going to talk about this new moon eclipse in Capricorn. And then we're actually going to do a bit of energetic work. We're going to surrender the past. We're going to make a gratitude list. Actually, Louis, my darling, sorry, do you mind grabbing a pen, please? Yes. 2 pens. We're going to need 2 pens. You need a pen and a piece of paper. Okay. Try not to move the camera, darling. We're going to make a gratitude list. And we're going to make some new moon wishes. I'm going to do a card reading. And I'm going to tell you how to get your free promises and pressures guide. If I can work out how to tell you how to get it. Now, it's still 2019, but I believe this diary has now started. Yes, it has. Guess what? This diary has now started. If you haven't got the diary and you want it, I'm telling you, get it now. It's sold out, basically. It's sold out on Amazon, UK and USA. I think it's sold out on Amazon Australia. It's sold out on Barnes & Noble. There are little shops now, only little shops that you can get it. So if you want to get a copy, I know the holisticshop.co.uk. holisticshop.co.uk. I know they had a couple of copies. They had about 10 copies actually. Apparently in Australia you can still get it in Big W, which is a massive retail chain. And in the States, I haven't worked out where you can get it from, but I'm guessing it's places like, you know, I know in, for example, very random example, but Encinitas in California. There's a shop I think called Soulscape or something like that, which I went to. It's a really nice shop. You know, they probably still got a couple of copies, or, you know, Quest Bookshop in New York, something like that. Those little esoteric bookshops are where you're going to get a copy if you don't have a copy yet. Okay, so let's start with a chant. I'm just waiting for my son to come back. I wish I could see your comments. So annoying. I'm really sorry that I can't. Did you get a pen, darling?
Yeah, I finally got one.
All right, come on in. Please sit cross-legged on the bed. Okay, and we're going to start off with some chanting. Just so you know, got a lovely London night out there.
Come on, cross my legs, my legs, Mary.
Okay, we'll just sit comfortably. All right, here we go. I'm going to start with a chant for Durga. Okay, here we go. Om Durgaye Namaha. Om Durgaye Namaha. Om Durgaye Namaha. So that is calling in the goddess Durga, who is the goddess of courage and strength. Because what do we need at the end of the year and the start of the new year? Well, obviously, we need courage and strength to move on from the past and to welcome in the new year. And I'm just going to do one round of a chant that's called Salva Mangala, because it's actually sung all over India, but I know it from the ashram that I've been going to on and off for about 20 years. My son wants to know if you can sing along. Yes, you can sing along, Louie. Okay, here we go. It's just to call in the divine. Here we go. Om Salva Mangala Mangalye Shive Salvata Sharike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Call on the goddess Durga. We call on Ganesha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And we call on the goddess Narayani and my teacher in India, Narayani Amma. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. So before we get into making intentions for the new year and harnessing the power of the new moon eclipse, I actually want to let go of 2019. Okay, so anything from 2019, I want you to bring to mind someone or something you need to forgive. Okay, so put your hands on your heart and think of that person or situation that you need to forgive. Now, before we release it, I want you to think of something you learned from the situation you're letting go of. And now I'm going to say, I will no longer, and I'm asking you to complete it in your head or out loud, what you learned from it. So you will no longer do X, Y, or Z. Here we go. I will no longer Okay, now I'm going to ask you to visualize a beautiful pink mist coming from your heart chakra, pouring over that person. And I want you to say, I forgive you, I release you, and I thank you for the lessons. I'm going to say it 2 more times. I forgive you, I release you, and I thank you for the lessons. I forgive you, I release you, and I thank you for the lessons. And just breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. And now I'm going to ask you to bring to mind someone or something you are truly grateful for, and hold it in your heart and in your head, in your mind's eye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now ask yourself, what do I want? Just see what comes to mind and just visualize that in your mind's eye. Just keep imagining it in your mind's eye. By imagining it, you're creating it. Just enjoy the imagination of it. If you've just joined us, we're visualizing something that you really want. And now put your hand between your breasts in the middle of your chest, and we're going to throw it out as far away from our body as we can. So we throw our wish beyond our auric field and say, so be it. So be it. All right, so there we go. So let's talk about this new moon. So the new moon, as you probably know, happens around about once a month. Sometimes it happens twice a month. But as my son was telling me yesterday, the word month comes from the word
Moon.
moons. It comes from the word moon, moons.
So every cycle.
Yes, so every cycle is another month. So yeah, we get the new moon once a month, but every now and then we get a new moon eclipse, and this one is an eclipse. New moons are always a time to start again, okay? They're always a time to regenerate and a time to decide what you want for your future, okay? Now, this one being an eclipse is an even more vital one to tune into, and it's taking place in the sign of Capricorn, so it's very good for setting down intentions to do with career and ambition, and it's also taking place near the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of good luck and the planet of expansion. So it's a very, very important eclipse to tune into. So I just want to tune in by singing you just a quick round of thank you. So again, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and think about what you're grateful for, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very good to get into a really positive state at a time like this when we're in all the new moon eclipse energy. Now, so it's a very good time to be taking, it's the last new moon of the year and the last new moon of the decade, unless you want to be pedantic and say that next year's the end of the decade, which I'm saying because my son's here and he keeps saying that. I'm like, don't be pedantic, don't like
Daddy says that.
It's the end of the decade as far as I'm concerned. It's the last new moon of the decade. So as I said, it's taking place in the sign of Capricorn. Very good time to think, okay, what do I want to build for my life? Capricorn is a sign which is all about building. Okay, we're going to do our new moon wishes in a minute. But it's also very much about work. So what do I want to make for myself career-wise? Or if you're studying, what commitments am I making to study in 2020? Am I going to study harder? Am I going to study less? And it's also a really good one to, if you know where in your chart it's taking place. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of where it is for all the signs. So if you're Aries, or your rising sign's more important. If you're yours is Capricorn, by the way. If you're Aries or Aries rising, it's taking place in your 10th house. So it really is a new start for you with your career. If you're Taurus or Taurus rising, it's taking place in your 9th house. In your 9th house, which is all about travel, study and adventure. So if you want to do some of that in the coming 12 months, you've got amazing stars for it. If you're Gemini or Gemini rising, it's taking place in your 8th house, which is all about sex and money. So there's a big new start coming for you in the next 6 months. If you're Moonchild, Cancerian, if you're Moonchild or Moonchild rising, it's taking place in your 7th house of love. So it's the start of a new love cycle for you, okay? Could apply to your partner, your ex, a new lover. If you're Leo or Leo rising, it's taking place in your 6th house, which is all about your daily life. So it's a really great time if you're a Leo or a Leo rising to be thinking about what do you want to create for yourself every day? What are you about your daily routines in 2020? If you're Virgo or Virgo rising, it's taking place in your 4th house, which is the part of your chart your 5th house, which is all about romance, creativity and children. So amazing opportunity for new starts there. If you're Libra or Libra rising, it's taking place in your 4th house, which is home and family. So it's a new start for you when it comes to home and family. Maybe you've just moved house or you're about to move house. If you are Scorpio or Scorpio rising, it's taking place in your 3rd house, which is the part of your chart that's all about the way you communicate. So it's going to be easy for you to get your message across and message through to people. Sag or Sagittarius rising, it's taking place in your 2nd house, which is about cash, property and possession. So big changes coming for you in those departments. If you're Capricorn or Capricorn rising, well, it's your whole life, okay? It's a new moon eclipse. It means you're being singled out by the universe for a whole new start, and Jupiter's activated, so it's a positive start. So just think, what do I want for the rest of my life? If I was going to start to think about what I want for myself, what would I do now? Think of at least one thing you can do now, this week, one step you can take towards making your dreams come true. If you're Aquarius or Aquarius rising, it's taking place in your 12th house, which means it's a really good chance for you to start again spiritually. And if you're Pisces or Pisces rising, it's taking place in your 11th house. It's a really important one for you because that's your wishing zone. So the wishes we're about to make are really, really important to you. Okay. All right. So now I think what we're going to do is we're going to make our new moon wishes. And I'm ripping that in half because you can do yours on that half, darling. Oh, but you don't have a pen. Oh, you can do them on your phone. That's all right, darling. Do them on your phone. All right, so we're going to spend a couple of minutes writing down our new moon wishes. And I am a very private person, so I'm just going to move the camera there to be sure that nobody can actually see my wishes because I like to keep things private. There will give you something to look at. Actually, I didn't even light my candle. All right, so write down your, let's just say your top 5 wishes. Okay, you can do the other 5 later. All right. Write them down, your top 5. And you know, they can be things for the whole year ahead. Because they're eclipses. They can be big wishes. They don't have to be small wishes. All right, well, I've done mine. Have you done yours yet, darling? How many have you done?
3.
Okay, I'll give everyone a few more minutes. A couple more minutes. That's all right, darling.
5, right?
That's all right. Do 5, yeah. I feel like the internet might have gone off, actually, and this is just recording. Well, it says poor network connection and recording.
No. Imagine if the entire time we're doing this, nobody is watching.
It's all right. I'm doing it for us anyway, darling.
That's true.
I'm doing it for everybody. I'm doing it for you guys as well, but I really wanted to do it for myself as well because, you know, it's a very, very big new moon. It's an important one, and it's important in this family as well because my son is, I don't want to give away his details, but it's a good thing. And also it's the end of the year. It's really important to do stuff at the end of the year. All right. While you finish your wishes, I'm going to do a new moon spread. Where are we? New moon spread. What's rising up in me? The main message of the new moon and the final outcome. What's rising up in me?
Done.
Good. Main message of the new moon. This is for... Hi everybody. I'm not sure what just happened there. It went off. I think I've got a very poor network connection. Oh, there we are. Anyway, I hope you've been, you did your wishes. Now, I have, All right, so I've just did a new moon spread, okay? So what is rising up? So this is what we all got. A personal issue reaches resolution. Now that's important, okay, Louis? something in your personal life, there's a resolution coming. A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay. The main message of this new moon, it's the new moon in Leo card. Confidence is the key to your success. Confidence is the key to your success. So whatever it is that you're wishing for, hopefully, don't be overconfident, says my son. No, that's true. Just be.
People think you're
don't be cocky.
Exactly.
Confidence, not cockiness, is the key. And then the final outcome is be bold and make the first move. So whatever it is you want, be bold and make the first move. Now, I really got a strong feeling to pull this card as well. And this is for all of us, remember. And it was the advice card. It was a card that really wanted to come out and be seen. And it says, you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, so that's brilliant. We got the you and your loved ones are safe card. So I'm very, very happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is around these cards, I'm actually going to do just a very simple grid. Okay. Just a very simple crystal grid. Hope you can see that. And I'm going to actually send it into my family because I'm all about my family. So here we go. And if you are doing a grid at home, what I've got here is I've actually got two, because we've just moved house, all my crystals are all over the place. So I'm using the same crystals I use for the full moon. And I've got a rose quartz, which as you probably know is love. And I just happen to have two pieces of pyrite. Now, pyrite symbolize abundance. So let's say an abundance of love and an abundance of prosperity. Okay? So I'm going to connect them. I'm going to just chant my Om Namo Narayani chant, my chant from India. Okay? So here we go. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. I kind of did that a bit strangely, but it will still be fine. It will still be fine. Okay, so we have a grid buzzing for us. And actually, I think that's about all I've got for you today. I hope you've had a chance to, do some of the work we've done today, especially releasing the past and setting some intentions. Thank you to my beautiful son, who I think wants to come on the camera and say hello.
Hello. Hi. I'm taller than her.
He's taller than me. Yeah, he's taller than me. I'm wishing you everything you wish for yourself. Thank you for joining us today. I feel like it's been a bit crazy, this video, this Facebook Live, but I was absolutely determined to do something today because it's so important to tune into this eclipse. You're nodding. Thank you, darling.
It's important to tune into everything.
It is indeed.
It's important to know about the waves.
The waves.
The movings of the moon.
The movings of the moon, yes. And, you know, like, even if this ceremony's been a bit all over the place today, it doesn't matter because it's all about intention, okay? So with your list that you made, your intentions list, maybe take some time to write it out really beautifully, you know, and to really visualize everything you wrote down, okay? So it's
Stick it on your fridge.
Well, you can, or you might like to keep it secret.
Yes, or if you live alone.
If you live alone, you can put it. We still have friends come over. They might go, "Oh, I didn't know you want to do that. Oh, I don't reckon you can manage that." You know what I mean? Like, you've got to be really careful.
Negative energy.
Exactly. I've indoctrinated him.
Because when you manifest something, it's manifestation is collective. So
yes.
So if a lot of people manifest the same thing, it's more likely to happen if one person manifests something. But if a lot of people manifest something not to happen and one person manifests it to happen,
that's right,
and it will happen.
And that's why, you know, I often think that's why people like getting married, because then you have two people co-creating. Hopefully you've got two people on the same page, so to speak, so you both think, like in this new house that we've got here, you know, the three of us co-created it. We all created it together. We all wanted this place and we all made it happen. And you know, and so that's
why kids happen, just so they can co-create. No other reasons.
Yeah. And also, just, you know, it is true that you need to be careful who you tell your wishes to, because some people, if they don't think that you can, you know, if they think, oh, you're never going to do that, like, just say, what springs to mind is a girlfriend of mine who called, I won't say her name actually, let's call her Jane. And she was, she's a lawyer now. She was the first person in her family ever to go to university. I went to university with her. Hello, Jane, if you're listening, you know who you are. And, you know, just say, I mean, it wasn't the case for her. Her family was extremely supportive, but just say her wish had been, I wish to go to university. You know, she was really smart, but it just wasn't the natural course of events in her family. Her dad worked in the mines, and I think her mum was a teacher, but no, actually she wouldn't have been a teacher because she would have had to go to university.
No, actually, teachers didn't used to have to go to university.
Oh, they didn't? Anyway, I don't know. But basically, what if everybody had said to my friend Jane, come on, university, do you know how much that costs? You can't really think your father's going to pay for that. Really, you don't need to go to university, all those stuck-up students or whatever negative things that people could possibly come up with to say about university. And it might have put her off. So you don't necessarily tell people what you're manifesting unless you're really sure that, one, they're on your side, and two, they believe in you, okay? So there's no point in telling someone who has really no belief in your abilities what you're dreaming of, because their negativity can affect you. So, you know, and I mean, I'm just a private person, so I will keep my wishes secret. But, you know, as Louis says, if you want to put them on the fridge, by all means, but then be prepared for people to ask you about them and so on. Or you can burn them. And burning them is great because it's really a powerful, powerful surrender. When you burn the list, darling, please. Okay, thank you very much. And down. When you burn the list, what you're effectively doing is you're releasing it. You're sending it into the ethers, and you're letting it go. Okay, which is a really, really powerful thing, because it's actually in that non-attachment that you really allow space for your wishes to manifest. However, I always kind of joke, but I say, because it's quite true, I'm not that enlightened. I'm still left or right brained enough, whichever it is, to want to be able to look onto my list in the future and go, oh, manifested that, manifested that, manifested that. If you don't have them saved, you can't tick them off. So it's really up to you. We always burn our full moon forgiveness list, but not necessarily our new moon lists. So on that note...
Wait, didn't we see that art piece about how no data is ever deleted, it's just somewhere else? So when you burn... When you burn your wishes, you are basically, instead of it being like destroyed, it's being dispersed. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Transmuted into the ethers. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, that's true. Scientific. There's science. All right. So we're going to end with a chant, and 3 on Ramona Ryan's, which means I surrender to the divine. So I'd like to ask you to surrender your wishes to the divine. Whatever wishes you've made, we're going to surrender them to the divine. So you may join in. If you want to join in at home, I'm going to be chanting Om Namo Narayani. Narayani is the name of a triple goddess. So basically we're surrendering to the Divine Mother. Okay, here we go. Om Namo Narayani. sending you lots and lots of love wherever you are. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas, or if you celebrate Christmas, or you're having a great silly season, or Hanukkah, or whatever it is you celebrate. I really encourage you to make your wishes. It's really, really important. And I did say I was going to let you know where to get the power, the pressures and the promises of 2020, the free PDF. I actually don't know the URL off by heart, but if you go to my page, Yasmin Boland on Facebook, you'll find it there, and you can download. It's a free PDF, and it's all about all the promises and the pressures of 2020. Mwah. Sending you lots and lots
also
of love.
Thank you for watching, and if you have Instagram and you haven't, please follow at Planet Yasmin Boland for all the latest Instagram content from my mother, and what's the other one? I can't remember. And there's another one.
No, Louis.
But do that, okay? Shameless self-promotion. All right, thank you for watching.